Hello everybody, welcome back to more of our Outer Worlds playthrough. Okay, right. Let me in.
What seems to be the problem?
I'd like to see Jesse Doyle.
If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her.
Perception, the records say, have you actually spoken to her yourself?
She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying.
Can I buy supplies for you using was?
Not without...
How do you mean?
We don't have...
Okay.
Take...
Oh.
Good luck getting to Jesse, and better luck if you do. Piece of work.
I'm just gonna walk through.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain?
Yep.
If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery
Oh, we're
service.
supposed to pass on a message. We're told to tell you get off his ass about you. We're said your shipment won't be coming in soon.
He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate.
I could try to find him.
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Okay. Okay, so now okay, so does it reset? Alright.
You ever wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed for a reason?
Nope.
For the last rat's on rotten time.
Jesse.
Leave me in peace. You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you?
Ellie sent me.
What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone.
She's worried about you a lot.
Criminy. She really ain't gonna drop this, is she? Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you?
No.
See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low.
Ellie asked me to help you, so that's what I plan to do.
Udon Bedford's the board guy on the station.
I'll
You
go
know
talk to
how
him
I stand
anyway.
with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me.
I'll talk to Udon for
Thanks
you.
for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Okay, we gotta get out of here quick. Whew. That was so close. Okay.
Any word on Jesse?
Indebtable and think someone's after her. I'll hand her it.
Good luck. The board's got an office on the promenade just before engineering. You can't miss it.
Right, cheers. Admin asked. As seen days, anywhere are we on that toilet clog? If Chief Gordon told me it's that cream rise proportional to the quality of their outhouse. You take away a crude plumbing, you take away the privacy and dignity, so let's get that toilet fixed. Even though it's been nigh on 20 years since I last meet up on Groundbreaker, I was hoping we could get the old gang back together. I understand some of the things have changed, some of us are long range haulers, some of us have gone corporate, some of us are likely dead, and some of us are tatterers and not reading their message, but I haven't lost hope. I just wanted my last invite that made your schedules are full up with family gatherings and job opportunities. I also just got off from a round trip to Dashkova. 2 years out, 2 years back. Imagine what's when we dethawed and Groundbreaker told us that documents would be delayed. 1 hour 10 to 5, the days went by. In the end, we spent an entire goddamn week waiting for a berth on this law-fucked bolt bucket. Because we were kicking on our heels at the time, not a big one of us got paid. I don't know about you, but I got expenses, a family I don't see often enough. Debt you wouldn't fucking believe, and even if I'm not working, I still gotta make payments. Does that seem proper to you? Don't be conveyors, have rights. We should do something about this. If you agree, leave a message here and I'll respond. Message does not exist. Okay, Udum's in
Go
here.
back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
You'd think the board and its agents would be more content, sitting at the top of the system's food.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne.
Oh god.
And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Alex is dead.
Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have.
What was your relationship with him?
He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he?
No.
Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how
Oh,
did
God.
he die?
He's eating.
No. How dreadful. That was
Can't tell him
always
the
Alex's
truth.
greatest fear, you know. Devoured by those fiends. Becoming one with their droppings.
Again, I'm very sorry. Can we get back to the topic? So about my shit.
Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship.
Oh, that was so easy.
I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
He never mentioned him.
That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me.
It is.
Is there
It
anything
is.
else I might help you with?
I'm here about Jessie Doyle. I want her debt settled.
Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases.
Persuade 20. She's worth more alive than dead. Put her under an indenture contract. I'll pay it off for her.
Kind and efficient. Can't say I disapprove. Although, seeing as this woman isn't a member of our crew, it'd be nice if the price weren't quite so high.
I think you may have underestimated the size of Miss Doyle's debt. If you'll look over this itemized bill.
You're charging that much for emotional anguish, really?
I am extremely anguished, Captain. Please respect my feelings in this difficult time.
I doubt Mr. Bedford's ever felt real pain. We could introduce him to the sort of suffering that actually constitutes extreme anguish. For the good of his understanding, of course.
Be careful you don't irritate my guards, Vicar. You might not like their rather narrow understanding of what constitutes excessive force.
I can't afford that.
Unless you can offer some other means of resolving her debt, I'm afraid we have nothing further to discuss.
persuade. In fact, no, I don't want to do that yet. We'll go back and talk with her and see what she has to say. Because that's a lot. I could pay it off. Like, if there's no other alternative, I'll pay it off. Oh, hello.
It's almost time for today's episode of The Chairman's Children. Care to listen with me?
What's up about the opportunity you mentioned?
Yes, dearie?
Where do you want me to go again?
Take that darling ship of yours down to Roseway.
Okay, Roseway.
What? Anytime.
What was this? Oh. He's selling. The armor doesn't really do much, does it? Kind of annoying. Like, I thought it'd give more stat. We wanted to go talk to. They're in the med bay. Med bay again. Med bay, here we go. Hello.
I'd go with you to see the board.
Oh, okay. Yo.
You're sure no one followed you?
What did you do that got you in trouble?
What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear.
Yeah, you think the board had someone follow you and now you're hiding out?
Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. All right, I'll fess
Your
this
line
part
of
up
work?
too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the blood-tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years.
So you stole it?
If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay? I was gonna steal it, lined up Udom as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent.
What does Ellie think she owes you?
Ha! Oh, you should ask her that. She'll love it. By which I mean she'll probably have an apoplectic fit.
Ellie was pretty empathetic that you two aren't friends. What's going on here?
Oh, that's just how Ellie is. According to her, she don't need no one or anything to get by in life. She can deny it all she wants, but we know each other. More than just as passing acquaintances. We've helped each other. Sometimes we even like each other. Lone pirates don't live too long, and it ain't weak to have a friend or two.
Okay, you best lay low for a little while longer, yeah?
I'd go with you to see the board's wreck, but...
I mean, we don't have an alternative, like... Should I just pay off her debt for Aura? I don't know. I don't know what to pay off the debt for.
How? Have you returned? That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but... I don't know, Captain. It just doesn't seem right.
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt. and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup that debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms you negotiate?
She doesn't have much choice.
I quite concur. It's refreshing to deal with someone practical for a change. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first assignment. Now, is...
Level up. Yeah, that gives us to 40. Okay, now we can steal from people when we're behind them, which we will probably need to try and get the guard key.
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie. At least you finally got your chance to square our debt. That ought to make you smile for once, huh?
Nothing makes me happier than being even. Except being right. That's nice, too. The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that means I owe you now, right? Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better-than-average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt
new
off.
companion. Are you saying you're worth me just because I helped Jesse?
If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me you're competent. But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you prefer that version.
Welcome aboard.
You won't be sorry.
Meet me on my ship. It's should we keep her with us? Send Parvati back. In fact, we'll send you back
Dr.
now.
Fenhill, glad you opted to join.
Got word from Uda. I ain't too late. You sure saved my...
Okay. Next on our list of things to do, Parvati wants to meet her. Sublight, salvage and shipping. Spratworth.
Thought there'd be more machinery.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
I'm Captain of the Unroyal, reaching in shackle from Groundbreakers impound.
Good for you. Hope you scared some sense into those bureaucrats giving you trouble. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
Salute, copy that, Chief.
At ease. Nice to see an outsider with some working brain cells. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
Now that my ships have impound, I can safely say I'm headed for Monarch.
Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
Parvati, you want to talk to Junlei? Go ahead.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Really need to be so normal.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if, well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Oh, shyly encourage.
Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
Nice job, Bavadi.
Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
You don't have a lot of faith in the board.
You're right, I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong.
You must not like Uden Bedford very much.
I like to think of myself as a nice person, but if that gaudy embassy of his was on fire, I might hold my breath a moment before activating the sprinkler system. The board wants control over Groundbreaker, and leeches like Udon Bedford will do anything to please their corporate masters. I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change.
Okay, back to my other question.
You got my attention.
What's it like being commander around it?
Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand.
This ship is a family business?
Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gaying, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died. Then I took the leap from chief engineer to captain.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer. It was different knowing that I couldn't turn to anyone who could answer the tough questions for me. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about.
Pavai here could always help you shoulder the burden.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand with a wrench. Nothing special. Not like a chief engineer.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth of ducts and panels, we could work something out.
Aren't you a little young to be trained successor?
You see any bite-sized Tennyson children running around? I didn't think so. The next captain won't have my heritage. I'll have to foster that talent from somewhere. It's only a question of when.
That means she's,
I hope that was a joke, Captain. I really do. I gelded that thing years ago. Now it brews a stem that goes down stronger than Nan or Spank. Family recipe.
Back to my other questions.
You got my attention.
It's kind of warm here. What's going on?
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship. My engineers have managed to keep the heat to livable levels, but all the fixes are temporary. This wound is bound to fester. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
There's no room for compromise?
None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left.
Fair enough.
I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive.
You need a contract to wear this out. I'm available for a reasonable rate.
Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
Got it. I'll take the back bays. I'm supposed to know where that is.
Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
I get you those parts from the
Good.
back bay.
Once you've obtained the parts,
Okay. Right, we're going to help them, Fadi. This is all for you.
This is Halcyon News.
What else we got? Okay.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
See if we can do this one.
Just plug the last CO2.
CNP pancake mix. Now
Terra 1? Last I heard, the board.
So if we take this off, we then get 40 sneak. Means we can steal from humans while sneaking.
I had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicker.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity. Oh,
Never mind.
right. You had a question?
Never mind. That about answers it.
Oh. We can go through here now. Don't mind if I do take all this. Okay, let's reset it.
Dang, that's impressive.
There it is.
Okay. Security logs. Hawthorne ship padded by the Sun Oakley Y. Guy from the Black Base roofed up Moon Kid. Confiscated goods. Metal hoop. Eject.
Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up.
Left hands, Captain.
Okay, this just leads back through.
Gosh, that's clever.
Skittish. Plasma carbine. Plasma rifle. What's Vicker got? Shotgun.
I'm seeing you limping a bit. You alright, Mr. Vicker? Need us to slow down?
What are you implying?
Oh, good lord, lady. Good lord, that's brave. Okay, we need to give him.
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
Still seems very awfully convenient.
I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Let's go. Right. He's not on here. Right, we could do that, or we could go do this. I think we'll do some more stuff on here then. Alright guys, we'll leave things here though for this episode. If you enjoyed it, remember that like button, subscribe us, Paulie, get us a beautiful day, and bye bye.